Hello, my name is Stella Nabukwasi. I am a teacher as well as a social worker, and I have a passion for talking about inspiring topics like the one we're going to look at. Today we're going to look at leadership, and in particular we are looking at taking up responsibility to lead. So what is our responsibility to lead, and what is all leadership all about? Now, I'm going to take you first of all in the book of Matthew, those of us who read the Bible, Matthew chapter 20, verse 27. It talks about one of the most important things that a leader must do. A leader must do some of this. This is one of the most important nugget for a leader to do. And it says this in my own version. It says in Matthew 20, 27, if you want to be a leader, you have to be the servant. Wow, that is a very big expression for some of us who are in leadership and for all of us who are in leadership. If you want to be a leader, you have to be the servant. So where does all this come from, and what is our responsibility in this thing called leadership? First of all, I would like to explain to you who a leader is. I want to use the most minimal explanation so that even another person can be able to understand it. A leader is a person who guides or directs others to ensure that they reach their objectives. A leader is a person who guides or directs others to ensure that they reach their objectives. So that is who a leader is, basically. It doesn't matter at the level of leadership that you're on. You can be in senior management, you can be in junior management, you can be a child, you can be a student leader, you can even be an elder in your home or amongst your siblings. But the most important thing is that there must be a person who guides and directs others to ensure that they reach their objectives. So now we're going to look at some of the things that we can do in order to take up the responsibility to lead. In the back of our mind, remember we have said that if you want to be a leader, that is from Matthew 20, 27, you have to be the servant. What does it require us to take up the responsibility to lead when we are under servantship, or we are under as servants? So we are going to get an acronym from the word lead, and this is, we're going to begin with it, and this is going to show us how we can be servants in our roles or wherever we are found and wherever God has given you to serve. The first one is the word L, or the letter L, coming from the word lead. Remember, I've said that our acronym is going to come from the word lead, and that is what we are looking at. So our first one is the word or the letter L. L stands for listen. L stands for listen, that is in leading. As a leader, it is very important for you to listen. It is very, very important for you to listen. How do you have to listen? Listening is not all about seeing someone talk. Listening is not all about seeing someone talk and then you reply. But listening entails so many things that most people do not understand. And one of the most important things that you have to learn about listening is you seek to understand. As a leader, seek to understand. Seek to understand as you're listening to other people. There are so many people who will come your way. We are looking at all types of leadership, remember, but one of the most important types of leadership that most people ignore is the leadership that comes from within you. We are given the mandate to lead ourselves. When you learn, the Bible says that when you master yourself, then you've mastered the whole world. So the first person that we are going to lead is ourselves. Before we go out and listen to other people, have you ever taken the time to listen to yourself? Have you ever taken the time to listen to others? Because the way you listen to yourself is the same way you're going to listen to others. So listen to yourself and then listen to other people. And then the other thing about listening, you seek to understand. We listen because we seek to understand. We don't listen because we want to voice our opinion, but we listen to understand. We listen with our hearts. A leader must listen with your heart. You must listen with your eyes. There are certain things as a leader, or if you're going to lead others. I'm not talking about leadership in superior roles. I'm talking about leadership everywhere. Amongst at the lowest level in your family, if you're the eldest sibling, if you are the leader of the family, whatever way you are, I'm asking, do you listen with your heart as a leader? Do you listen to those children who are talking to you? Do you listen at your workplace? If you're in senior management, do you listen to the junior management with your heart? With your eyes? Are you seeing? A person may be communicating something to you, but when you listen to only what they are saying and you've not observed other parts of their bodies, they might be communicating something else. So as a leader, you should learn to listen. Listen without judgment. Sometimes as leaders, we listen with a biased mind. We look at somebody and we've already judged them even before we listen to what they have said. So as a leader, it is mandatory of you to listen with your heart, with your eyes, and without judgment. The next word is, or the next letter is E. Coming from, remember we are looking at the word lead as our acronym, and it is E, standing for empower. A leader must break out in an active mind and take risks. And how do you take the risks? You empower those who are more knowledgeable than you, or those who are not more knowledgeable than you. A leader does this. You empower people. You give the people the chance to show up. You give the people the chance to come and do what you do. How important is that? It is very important as a leader to give them that, because it will help you to manage your work. That is in the first place. And then in the second place, it will also help you to develop a talent that has been inactive. When we empower others who are lesser than us, when we empower our children to do what they do, one of the reasons as to why most of the businesses in Uganda are dying, somebody builds a business with all the energy they have, and then at the end of the day it is spoiled or it dies out when the other person dies, is because of the fact that the person did not empower those who were down. They did not empower their children. They did not empower their servants. They did not empower the people who are close to them. So what happens? The vision and the mission that you had has to die with you. So let's learn to empower others. When we empower others, we end up offering a big chance to the people, to new talent. When you empower people, you listen to more ideas. Actually, one person said that most of the wisdom that we have has been gotten from others. And if you want to become an excellent person in leadership, give the chance to other people so that they can empower you, so that they can build you up, and so that they can bring new ideas into your life. Our next letter is A, which is accept. In leadership, we should learn to accept. Accept yourself for who you are. Accept your circumstances, and then embrace others. Accept others the way they are. One of the things that is very important in leadership is you learn to know that there is a whole lot of diversity amongst people. There are many people coming from different backgrounds, coming from different things, that they've gone through different things, they've been raised from different families. And what unites us together is the fact that we are doing something or a cause. However, everybody has a different background. Now, when you learn to accept yourself, yourself, and then you realize that you are important and they are important, and then you are you're leaning towards accepting them as they are, then as a leader, it is going to help you to be able to embrace others, to be able to learn from others, because trust me, in leadership, you need other people. You need ideas from people. You need people who are different, people who have different personalities that are not like yours. And when you get them on your team and when you accept them, then they will make a difference in your life, because everybody comes up with something very new that you've never seen. So accept yourself for who you are, then appreciate that, then accept. As you accept yourself, the same way you've accepted yourself, it is the same way and the same gas that you're going to use to even accept others, and then they will build you to be a more successful person. And then the other thing, the last one, our last letter is D, and D stands for make a difference. As a leader, your important responsibility in how you measure up the impact of your leadership is making a difference in the lives of people. There are so many people who need a lot of help. There's so many people who come into our lives, the ones that we employ, and where you are standing, maybe in your community, maybe in your neighborhood, maybe in your school. Now, how can you make a difference as a leader? Now, how can you be counted amongst the greatest leaders? Let's look at some of the greatest leaders. The greatest leaders, like we have the Buddhas. We have leaders like Nelson Mandela. And how did we get to know about them? One of the most important things about these people is that one of the things they did was they made a difference in the lives of these people. As a leader, in any position that you have been given, please make sure that you never leave it without making a difference in somebody's lives. Why? Because people come with an urge to learn. People come with an urge to make a difference just like you. And now when you teach them, when you lead them, when you embrace them, when you listen to them, when you show up to them, you are making a difference. Some people think that money can do everything. Some people think that money can make a difference in leadership, that if I give them money, now what else do they want? That is not the only thing that makes a difference in leadership. Leadership, we can make a difference in leadership by loving others, by embracing others. One of the things that I have learned is that at workplaces, there are people who leave workplaces not because they are paid well. Most of the people leave because of the way they have been treated, or because of the way they have been looked at. They may have all the money in the whole world, but when there is no difference in who they are, or when they feel that they are stigmatized, then that makes them feel so bad. So as a leader, make a difference. Are you making a difference? A leader, a father in your home, are you making a difference in your children? Do those children know that you love them? Do they know that you're there for them? Do they know that you accept them as they are? Do they know that you appreciate them? As mothers at home, you are leaders. Do these children know that you accept them as they are? Do you embrace their different personalities? Do you not compare them to the people outside? So that is how we can make a difference. And people who make a difference in our lives are the people that never get out of our lives. And therefore, it is very important for us to make. So that was our acronym that stands for LEAD. Now, what are some of the pitfalls of leadership? In summary, I'll give some of the pitfalls of leadership. Now, if you want to be the servant that we've talked about, if you want to be someone, a leader who is exemplary, that one is talked about, these are some of the pitfalls of some of the people who have been given the position, the opportunity to lead others and serve, and then they've taken in some of these behaviors, and in the end, they all led to their downfall. So these are some of the pitfalls that you need to avoid if you're going to become a great leader, if you're going to take up the responsibility of leadership in whatever area of your life you are. One of the pitfalls is knowing I know it all. You have the attitude of I know it all. If you know it all, you're not going to learn. You're not going to get anything. You're not going to get more wisdom. You will not even have the opportunity to serve others and see what they can bring on the table. So the pitfall of leadership is I know it all. You don't listen to anybody. You don't accept people. You think that you're the best in everything. That is one of the pitfalls that can lead you to fail in leadership. Another pitfall is dehumanizing language. Sometimes when we are in leadership, we come in and embrace the word boss. And then we think that we are boss all over everybody. Then we come in and start using language that puts people down. Those are some of the things that will lead to your downfall. And people may be able to fear you at the end, but at the end of it all, you're not making a positive impact on these people. We use languages like talking about the weaknesses of people loudly, and then giving them kind of words that are very offensive, or words that describe some parts of their bodies. This is dehumanizing language. And indeed, if you are doing it, some of your people who are working with you, or some of your children, or some of the neighbors who are seeing that, they may fear you at that time. But I'm telling you, you're not making an impact on their lives. They may fear you, but you're not making an impact on their lives. And then another pitfall of leadership is doing it all by yourself. Sometimes we load too much on our plates. We are the everything of everything. We are here, we are there, you are there. Let's take an example in your home. You go and shop, you go and buy everything. You are the one who carries the work. You're the one who does the shopping. You're the one who does literally everything. So if you do all this one day, you're going to break down. It is very important in leadership to ascertain roles. If it is at home, for example, you can give out roles to somebody. You tell somebody, can you do this? Can you help me in this? At the same time, at our workplaces, if you're a manager, you cannot do everything by yourself. It is very important for you to give out roles. It's very important for you to tell somebody to help you in this. And in doing that, you will discover that there are some people who are very good at certain things. So it is not good as a leader to do everything by yourself. Then we also have another pitfall. If you're not for me, you are against me. There are some leaders, or in our positions, or where God has placed us, we say that if somebody has a different idea that is not yours, then they are not for you. Then they are against you. One of the things that we should learn in leadership is people come in all diversities, and that is why God created us, and that is why God made us so different, with different personalities, with different backgrounds. And therefore we're saying that embrace the people. If nobody is against you, people have ideas, good ideas, embrace them, listen to them, and you'll be blessed, and they will build you up. And then the last one is using the word I. We take all the credit to ourselves, and yet there are people who have done the donkey work. Your children have been mopping the house, and when the house is very clean, you don't even appreciate. And your juniors have been doing all the work, and when the credit comes in, you don't appreciate. You keep on saying, oh, I'm the one. Actually, if you're a leader, you should always avoid the word I, because I is dictatorial. It means that all fame and glory goes back to you, which is not right. So try to use the word we, because as a leader, it is very important for us to to be a team, to work together so that we can achieve. So with all those few words, I can tell you that if you look through this, you can be a great leader. Every one of us is capable of being a leader in whatever position that God has placed you in. But be a leader who is going to make a difference. Be a leader who is going to change the tomorrow of somebody, and be a leader who is considerate, so that when you are done in that position, somebody will remember you and somebody will know and call you a life changer. May God bless you.